Everybody. Today we are going to talk about guilty emotion, feeling that guilt. Now, let me look here. Hold on just a second. What does guilt mean to you? I'm going to give you a little, let's see. Well, that's the body. To me, I have been going through these feelings of guilt because, well, I don't know if some of you know, I took my husband to the emergency room about 3 weeks ago. He was feeling a little not with it. Like he said his body just felt funny. The left side of his lips were feeling kind of tingly, numb, different than normal. Like, I don't know, when you eat something hot, you know how sometimes your mouth gets all tingly and numb. And then we didn't eat anything hot. And then his left arm was feeling a little tingly. And then, of course, his leg. And he said, "I'm just not feeling good." So I said, "Well, let me take your blood pressure." So I took his blood pressure, and man, it was through the roof. To me, it was really high. Now, we know when we try in fitness, when we try to find our maximum heart rate, we take the number 220 and we minus our age. And that gives us our maximum heart rate that we should not go over when we're working out. 200 is the normal, like high heart rate that we don't want to get over 200 because it's very deadly. So his blood pressure was 193 over 101. Now they say you focus on that bottom number, but I'm focusing on both numbers. 193 over 101 was not a good number in my book. And with that being said, I said, "This is stage 3 hypertension and recommended we go to the ER. Do you feel like we should go to the ER?" And, he's a man. He said, "Yeah, we probably ought to go." I was like, "Oh, okay." So we went to the ER. Well, we got snowed in for that whole week. They found out that he had 3 arteries clogged, like 80%, not quite all the way, right? And I was like, wow, so he's going to have an operation. He's going to have the full thing. They come back and said, "We need to do bypass surgery," which means you're going to cut that chest bone and get in there. So he called it an open chest surgery versus an open heart surgery. Now, on one end, I was thankful that we found it in time because most people would just shake it off and, you know what, I'm just going to go lay down and then never wake up. That's scary. But on the other hand, I just started feeling guilty because I've never had to do that with anybody I loved, and then leaving them there and then having them to go through all this pain and surgery. Um, you know, I just started feeling guilty, and I still do feel a little guilty because he's recovering. And I know a lot of people say, "But you shouldn't feel guilty because you saved his life." And I'm like, "I know, but it doesn't feel that way." When we talk about guilt, here, ask yourself, what do I feel responsible for? Well, for me, I feel responsible of taking my husband to the ER and then have him stuck there through the snow and the cold. It was cold in the hospital. I know a lot of you are like, "It's always cold in the hospital." No, our room the heater was broke. It was freezing in there. Even the nurses come in and were saying, "It is cold in here." They were all wearing jackets and everything. No water or anything. So we couldn't flush the toilet the 2 days I was there. It's like, ugh, I had went downstairs. So I feel responsible for all that 2 weeks of hospital care. Is this accurate? Yeah, the the feelings I feel are accurate. What will it take for me to move forward from the guilt? Really, for me, I think seeing my husband move around and walking and maybe kind of getting on his feet and doing the work. Because now I feel guilty because he looks sickly. He's lost some weight. He just looks thin. He looks pale. But I know in time, like anything else, it will work out. So, what do I need to do to help my guilty feelings? Well, it looks like bergamot is one of those feelings or one of those oils. Bergamot. Yes. Okay, so it says bergamot is a self acceptant oil. It helps with self acceptance, relieves feelings of despair, self judgment, and low self esteem. It supports individuals in need of self acceptance and self love. I know I struggle with this so much. Bergamot invites individuals to see life with more optimism. Now, it's funny because I do see life optimism. I see optimism in everybody but me. Okay. Bergamot has a cleansing effect on stagnant feelings and limiting belief systems. Because of core beliefs of being bad, unlovable, and not good enough, they seek to hide behind a facade of cheerfulness. Now, I am cheerful, and that's not fake. I'm cheerful when I'm cheerful. I'm sad when I'm sad, right? They may fear revealing their true thoughts and feelings. Yeah, I hold a lot of stuff in. Bergamot's powerful cleansing properties generate movement in the energy system, which in turn brings hope. In this way, bergamot is wonderful for those who feel down and hopeless. It awakens the soul to hope and offers courage to share the inner self, reigniting optimism and confidence in the self. It imparts true self acceptance. Bergamot teaches individuals to let go of self judgment by learning to love themselves unconditionally. We have to love ourselves. I mean, look, you are a masterpiece. You have a unique design, and we have to learn to embrace this and love ourselves. Okay, so our negative emotions are despairing, low self esteem, self judgment, unlovable, and hopeless. Our positive properties would be self acceptance, optimistic, confidence, hopeful, lovable, and just good enough. Yes, you are good enough. I need to listen to my own darn words. You are good enough. All right. Then the next oil, now this one's a long one, so I may not just read all of it. It's copaiba. Now, copaiba is used in a lot of stuff. Now, copaiba is the unveiling of feelings. Ooh, we got to unveil this. It invites individuals to connect with their past. Now, a lot of us do not want to connect with our past. It offers a deep, intertwining energy that links experience to unveil the deeper meaning and messages showing up in one's life. Copaiba respects the sacred sheltered within until it's ready to emerge into the light of consciousness. Sometimes we just have to let it out, unveil, and then we can work through our stuff. It then invites individuals to become thoughtfully aware of the shadow aspects of themselves and discover who we really are. Quit looking back at yourself. We have to look forward and discover who we really are. I don't know about you, but I find with this world and complications and stuff, man, I am just now coming back trying to figure out who I am and what kind of person I really am because I got lost in this world of just stuff, trying to please everybody. It wasn't working. Individuals in need of copaiba often find that vulnerable self-awareness works reveals unsolved pain in hidden recesses of their heart, whew, mind, and body. Many discover they are plagued with feelings of guilt, shame, inadequacy, and or unworthiness that have been absorbed from the early environment. Ooh, I'm holding a lot of shame. I'm starting to write a book, so hopefully that'll all come out. These shame-based feelings distort every interaction they have with life. Everything seen through the filter of less than creates a perception of the world that is extremely painful and ultimately defeating. Copaiba offers assistance to those caught in lower vibrations of shame, blame, fear, self-loathing, and other unconsciously inter internalized emotions. It summons them to begin the unraveling and restoration process necessary for lasting healing and further awareness and insight. Whew. Okay. Copaiba teaches that the divine will reveal the higher message of one's life. It will unveil that they have always been treasured, accepted, valued, worthy of love, and much more. Oh, yes. It's a big hug from above, I feel like. Copaya imparts that it is only through this divine unveiling that individuals can fully accept the magnificence of what they really are and make peace with the past. Oh, yeah, negative emotions, shameful, guilty, regretful, self loathing, less than, unworthy, suppressed emotions, and rebelling. Okay, our positive properties: worthy, self aware, clarity, forgiven, redefinition of self, purposeful existence. Oh my goodness. Now, just like the other one, Copaiba, you can use aromatic to inhale topically, 1 to 3 drops over the heart, the sacral chakra, which is the lower part of your stomach, on the forehead, crown of the head, or back of the neck. And just like bergamot, you can take 1 or 2 drops under the tongue in a capsule or in water. Oh my goodness. Lemon. Wow. That's one of our top 10 lemons. It's all about focus. All right. The delightful citrusy of lemon oil engages the mind and aids in concentration, while lemon supports the emotionally body. Its major effects are experienced in the mental field. We got to get this mind right. The crisp scent of lemon oil improves one's ability to focus. Lemon is a wonderful aid for children struggling with school. It teaches individuals to mentally present by focusing on one thing at a time. Lemon dispels confusion and bestows clarity. It counterbalances mental fatigue due to too much studying or reading. Lemon restores energy, mental flexibility, and the drive to complete a project. I'm wondering how this ties in to feeling guilty. Lemon is especially helpful in cases of learning issues. Whether an individual has difficult time concentrating or feelings incapable of learning, lemon clears self-judgment. There it is, self-judgment, such as, I'm dumb, I'm not a good student, I can't do it. Lemon calms fears and insecurities while restoring confidence in the self emotionally. Lemon inspires a natural playfulness and buoyancy in the heart. It assists in releasing feelings of despair and hopelessness by restoring feelings of joy and happiness. Lemon inspires joyful involvement in the present moment by infusing the soul with energy, confidence, and alertness. So here's what I've been kind of going through when I think about lemon or just joyful and happiness. Since my husband's been kind of down and recovering, I've had to cook, and I've enjoyed that. Cooking him, an egg on toast, a little bit of potato, or just cooking dinner, finding ways to cook it. I've even gone a little bit more and try to cook a dessert, although I kind of failed at it. I don't know. I didn't do something right, but I'm going to try it again. All right. And that actually has made me feel more purposeful. right? A little bit more joy than the regular mundane stuff like doing laundry and blah, blah, blah. So I've had to keep an eye on the dogs more. I've had to just add a little bit more to my plate, but that's okay because I'm feeling more useful. All right, negative emotions, confused, inability to focus, mental fatigue, lack of joy and energy, learning issues, guilty, disengaged. Positive properties, focused, energized, mental clarity, alert, rational, and joyful. And then another top 10 it talks about for feelings of guilty is peppermint. Say, what? Peppermint? Okay. So many good uses with peppermint and lemon, right? Peppermint. Here we go. Peppermint. And just like our bergamot and copaiba, with lemon, you can inhale, you can diffuse it, you can take it internally, put it in your water to help your metabolism. Peppermint, a buoyant heart. Ooh, peppermint brings joy and buoyancy to the heart and soul. It invigorates body, mind, and spirit and reminds individuals that life can be happy and they don't have to be controlled by fear. It lifts an individual out of their emotional traits for a short reprieve. When individuals use peppermint, they feel as though they're gliding through life. Oh my goodness, I need to put more of that on. It assists in staying on the surface of emotional issues while floating on top of water. The power of peppermint can be felt more in times of discouragement or despair. When individuals are disheartened, they may use peppermint to rediscover the joy of being alive. I tell you what, helps with the respiratory system. You can breathe in more life. However, a person may also abuse the properties of peppermint oil. Ooh, I didn't know that. If it is used as a permanent escape to avoid dealing with emotional pain, there we go. It can hinder growth and progress. Peppermint should not be used in this way. It aids individuals who need a short breather. At times, a reprieve is necessary before re entering emotional waters, but one is not meant to wade in the shallow end forever. No, sometimes you really do have to go deep. When it is accepted and embraced, emotional pain serves as a teacher. Peppermint can assist individuals in regaining the strength needed to face their emotional reality. Wow. All right, some of our negative emotional properties: unbearable anguish, intense despair, heavy hearted, pessimistic, sad. Okay, positive properties: buoyant, optimistic, relief, strength to face emotional pain. So I've given you 4 great oils to use in dealing with this guilty feeling. And yes, I'm feeling a little guilty because I didn't get this video out to you yesterday. Yesterday was a lot on my plate yesterday, and I was so tired. But I'm feeling better today, and I'm going to use my oils sparingly, not to abuse them, like the book said, that so that I can come back to these questions that says, GHI. Okay, here we go. I can see myself disposing that guiltiness in a bag, all that dark, yucky stuff. I put it in a bag just like yoga and I send it out into the universe. And I can feel my hands and everything working on this guilt emotion. When I see a strong wind clearing out all the dust particles in my body and filling it with virtue and kindness. So sometimes I think I overload with kindness and love so I don't have to deal with so much. And then guess what happens? It becomes overwhelming. We talked about that last week. So I have emotions of overwhelming, and then I have emotions of guilt that I need to deal with and not push aside. And I'm working on that through my book. And with the oils will help you. You know, another thing of oils that I've realized that helps is the LLV, or I can work on the food nutrition one, the omega-3s, and the energy, the immune system, all that. That body needs help. And that's what I'm trying to give my body through exercise, through my vitamins, and through my mind and emotions. Wow, our body is so complex that we need to work on it and help it balance out. I hope this was very educating for you. And I'll figure out what we're going to talk about next week. Okay? Have a great day.